In this special tribute, we remember the legendary wrestlers who shaped the wrestling world with their passion, dedication, and unforgettable moments. Their influence continues to inspire fans across generations. Additionally, we bring you heartfelt updates on Randy Orton, whose recent news has touched many. Join us as we honor their legacies, reflect on their impact, and keep their memories alive. Subscribe now to be part of this journey in celebrating their extraordinary stories. Sarah Lee, a former WWE contestant and reality TV personality, tragically passed away at the age of 30. Best known for her victory on WWE's reality competition series Tough Enough, Lee's win in the 2015 season catapulted her into the spotlight, earning her a coveted WWE contract and marking the beginning of her professional wrestling career. Her perseverance and determination were apparent throughout the competition, qualities that continued to define her career in the wrestling world. Following her victory, Lee joined WWE's developmental territory, where she earned a reputation for her work ethic, professionalism, and commitment to improving as a performer. Though her time in WWE was brief, it was a notable milestone in her life. Fans celebrated her win on Tough Enough, viewing her as a promising new talent with a bright future in the wrestling industry. Outside of wrestling, Lee was known for her engaging personality and her devotion to her family. She frequently shared glimpses of her personal life with her followers on social media, offering a window into her role as a dedicated mother. Her ability to connect with her fans on a deeper personal level made her beloved beyond the wrestling ring. Sarah Lee's sudden and tragic passing shocked both the wrestling community and her fan base. Her cause of death was later revealed to be suicide by hanging, a tragic event that has deeply affected those who admired her. In the wake of her death, there has been a strong focus on mental health awareness and the importance of supporting individuals who may be struggling with unseen battles. Her legacy lives on through her accomplishments on Tough Enough, her brief yet meaningful career in WWE, and the lasting impact she made on those who knew her. Lee's vibrant spirit and dedication continue to inspire those who remember her. Jim Crockett Jr. was a key figure in the growth and development of professional wrestling, primarily through his role as a promoter and executive within the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, in the 1980s. Born on April 5, 1939, in Charlotte, North Carolina, he was the son of Jim Crockett Sr., the founder of Crockett Promotions. Taking over the family business in the 1970s, Jim Jr. transformed the promotion into one of the most influential wrestling organizations of its era. Under his leadership, Jim Crockett Promotions, JCP, expanded rapidly, becoming a cornerstone of the NWA. He helped to cultivate some of the biggest stars in the industry, including Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and the iconic Four Horsemen, contributing to the popularity of professional wrestling. Crockett's innovations, such as creating annual events like Starrcade, helped establish a new era for televised wrestling programming, gaining national attention and a loyal fan base. Jim Crockett's ambitious expansion efforts saw him acquiring several smaller wrestling territories, growing his influence across the United States. However, his determination to challenge larger promotions, particularly the WWF, led to financial strain on JCP. By 1988, the company was sold to Turner Broadcasting, which subsequently rebranded it as World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Crockett remained involved for a short period before retiring from the industry. Despite facing financial difficulties, Jim Crockett Jr.'s impact on wrestling remains profound, with his role in developing the sport's talent and promoting iconic events leaving a lasting legacy. Crockett passed away at the age of 81 following a battle with cancer. His death marked the loss of one of the most influential figures in wrestling history. leaving behind a rich legacy that continues to resonate within the industry. Tom Zenk, born on November 30th, 1958 in Golden Valley, Minnesota, was a professional wrestler and bodybuilder who left a lasting impression on the wrestling world. He first rose to fame during his time with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, from 1986 to 1987. With his incredible athleticism, solid physique, and undeniable charisma, he quickly became a fan favorite. Zenk's high-flying style in the ring made him stand out from his peers, and he captivated audiences every time he stepped into the squared circle. Zenk's wrestling career also took him to the American Wrestling Association, AWA, from 1988 to 1989, and to World Championship Wrestling, WCW, from 1989 to 1994. During these years, he built a solid fan base thanks to his impressive moves and commitment to the craft. Zenk didn't just make waves in North America, he also toured Japan multiple times, competing with All Japan Pro Wrestling and showing off his talents on a global stage. Growing up in Minnesota, Zenk attended Robbinsdale High School, where he graduated in 1976, alongside future wrestling legends like Kurt Hennig, Nikita Koloff, and Rick Rude. His passion for sports led him to the University of Minnesota, where he majored in speech communications, showing that he had more than just physical strength. He had the ability to connect with people too. Sadly, Tom Zenk passed away at the age of 59. His death was reportedly due to heart failure, which is believed to have been linked to his years of physical strain as a wrestler. Despite his passing, Zenk's legacy lives on in the wrestling world, where he's remembered for his athleticism, professionalism, and dedication to the sport. Fans and fellow wrestlers continue to honor his contributions to the industry. Howard Finkel was a legendary figure in the world of professional wrestling, renowned for his work as the ring announcer for the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now known as World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. Born on June 7, 1950 in Brooklyn, New York, Finkel's career began in the early 1970s when he joined the WWF as its first official ring announcer. His distinctive voice and enthusiastic delivery quickly endeared him to fans, making him a central figure in the promotion's rise to global prominence. Finkel's announcing style was characterized by his memorable phrases, most notably the iconic call, "and new," which he would deliver with unmatched excitement during title changes, cementing his place in the hearts of wrestling fans. His vocal presence helped elevate many high-profile events, including the annual spectacle of WrestleMania, where his introductions contributed to the grandeur and drama of the occasion. His voice became synonymous with the spectacle and history of professional wrestling. Beyond his announcing duties, Finkel played a significant role behind the scenes in the wrestling world. He was involved in various aspects of production, including writing and producing segments. Additionally, Finkel was integral in the creation of the WWF Hall of Fame, which serves to honor the greatest wrestlers in the industry. His legacy as an influential figure in the promotion's growth and success remains unmatched. In recognition of his immense contributions, Finkel was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2009. Unfortunately, his life was cut short when he passed away at the age of 69. The cause of his death was reported as heart failure, which he had been battling in the months prior to his passing. Despite his death, Finkel's contributions to the world of professional wrestling continue to be celebrated by fans, peers, and the WWE, ensuring that his legacy remains an integral part of wrestling history. William Alvin Moody, widely recognized by his ring name, Paul Bearer, was born on April 10, 1954, in Mobile, Alabama. He was an influential figure in the world of professional wrestling, known for his memorable managerial role in World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, particularly in association with iconic wrestlers such as The Undertaker and Kane. Bearer's distinctive persona, characterized by his pale makeup, somber attire, and the eerie urn he carried, cemented his status as one of the most iconic and theatrical personalities in the industry. Moody began his wrestling career in the 1970s, initially working as a referee before transitioning into the role of a manager. His rebranding as Paul Bearer proved pivotal, as he quickly gained recognition for his dark, unsettling presence, which complemented the supernatural themes surrounding his clients. His collaboration with The Undertaker in the early 1990s proved to be a turning point, elevating both men to superstardom. Bearer's ability to deliver chilling promos and craft compelling storylines played a significant role in solidifying The Undertaker's mysterious persona and enhancing the overall narrative of their partnership. In addition to his WWE career, Bearer made sporadic appearances in other wrestling promotions, including World Championship Wrestling at WCW and various independent circuits. Throughout his career, his distinctive high-pitched voice and dramatic delivery made him one of the most effective managers in professional wrestling history. Paul Bearer passed away at the age of 58 due to heart failure. His death was a significant loss to the wrestling community, leaving behind a lasting legacy as a beloved figure who contributed greatly to the success and mystique of his clients. His unique character work and influence continue to be celebrated by wrestling fans, ensuring his place as a true legend in the history of professional wrestling. Randy Orton stands as one of the most celebrated and accomplished professional wrestlers in WWE history, a figure synonymous with excellence in the squared circle. With a career spanning over 2 decades, Orton has become a cornerstone of WWE, consistently captivating audiences with his blend of technical prowess, physicality, and undeniable charisma. As one of the most influential wrestlers of his generation, his legacy is etched into the fabric of the industry. However, Orton's journey has not been without its share of struggles. His career has been marked by a series of severe and career-threatening injuries, each of which has tested both his physical and mental fortitude. Through every setback, Orton has shown an unwavering determination to return to the ring, proving time and time again that he is more than just a superstar. He is a symbol of perseverance in the world of professional wrestling. This article delves into Randy Orton's career, focusing on the significant injuries that have shaped his journey. We will explore the enduring impact of his physical toll, his road to recovery, and the persistent rumors that surround his health. In doing so, we will gain a deeper understanding of Orton's enduring spirit and the lengths to which he has gone to maintain his position among the elite in WWE. The evolution of Randy Orton. A career built on hard work and pain. Randy Orton's in-ring style is often described as a seamless blend of precision, agility, and brute force. His approach to wrestling is technical yet brutal, relying on a mix of calculated strikes and punishing holds. This style, while effective, is also physically demanding and has taken a toll on his body over the years. As a third-generation wrestler, Orton inherited not only the technical acumen and wrestling knowledge passed down by his father, Bob Orton Jr., and grandfather, Cowboy Bob Orton, but also the physical hardships that come with a life in the squared circle. Orton's wrestling journey began in 2002, and it wasn't long before he found himself making an impact within WWE. He quickly ascended through the ranks, capturing multiple championships and solidifying his place as one of the company's premier stars. Yet, from the very beginning of his career, Orton's body began to show the signs of the intense physicality required to be at the top. From dislocated shoulders to back problems, the injuries began to mount, forcing Orton to take time off, undergo surgeries, and endure grueling rehabilitation processes. Chronic shoulder injuries, a lingering setback. Among the many injuries that have marred Orton's illustrious career, one of the most persistent has been related to his shoulders. Even in the early years of his wrestling journey, Orton suffered from shoulder issues that would plague him for much of his career. His first major shoulder injury occurred in 2002, just as he was beginning to make a name for himself on WWE's main roster. This early setback kept him out of action for months and served as the first indication that Orton's body would bear the weight of his ambitious career. As Orton continued to rise to prominence, his shoulder problems became a recurring theme. The most notable of these came in 2010, during a match with Edge at the WWE Over the Limit pay-per-view event. Orton suffered a dislocated shoulder, an injury that sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. This injury was not just painful in the moment, it also raised concerns about the long-term viability of Orton's career. Medical experts quickly pointed out that Orton's shoulders were hypermobile, meaning they were prone to dislocations and other complications. To address this issue, Orton underwent a procedure to stabilize his shoulder and mitigate the risk of further injuries. While the surgery helped alleviate some of the issues, it was clear that this was not a one-time fix. Orton's shoulder problems persisted, forcing him to take breaks and limit his in-ring activity. In 2015, the situation grew even more dire when Orton was forced to undergo yet another shoulder surgery, further sidelining him for several months. The repeated nature of these injuries led to whispers that Orton might need to consider walking away from the business he loved. However, Orton's unyielding determination refused to allow such a fate. Instead of succumbing to the idea of retirement, he threw himself into his rehabilitation, fighting to return to the ring. This resilience, coupled with the support of WWE's medical team, allowed Orton to make yet another successful comeback. His willingness to endure pain and fight through his injuries has been a defining characteristic of his career, earning him the admiration of fans and colleagues alike. Back issues, the 2022 devastating injury. While Orton's shoulder injuries were a recurring theme throughout his career, it was his back problems that truly began to threaten his future in the ring. As a wrestler whose style involves high-impact moves and physicality, Orton's back took an immense amount of strain over the years. His troubles with his back began to intensify in the late 2010s, but it wasn't until 2022 that the issue reached a critical point. In 2022, Orton suffered a lower back injury that was eventually diagnosed as a significant spinal issue. The injury was later revealed to be cervical cord neuropraxia, a condition that affects the spinal cord and can cause symptoms such as numbness, weakness, and excruciating pain. This diagnosis was particularly alarming because it raised concerns about the long-term viability of Orton's career. Unlike previous injuries that required surgery or rehabilitation, this injury was more serious and threatened to end Orton's career for good. The nature of cervical cord neuropraxia is such that it can lead to permanent nerve damage, including the possibility of paralysis. This made the injury particularly harrowing for Orton, his family, and his fans. It was not just the threat of missing time from WWE that was concerning, it was the potential for permanent impairment. In response to the severity of his condition, Orton underwent a major spinal fusion surgery in late 2022. Spinal fusion is a delicate procedure in which two or more vertebrae are fused together in an effort to stabilize the spine and alleviate pressure on the spinal cord. Such a surgery is typically seen as a last resort, as it often signals the end of an athlete's competitive career. The physical toll of recovery is grueling, and the long-term prognosis for many wrestlers who undergo spinal fusion surgery is uncertain. In Orton's case, however, his determination to recover and return to the ring remains steadfast. A long and challenging road to recovery. Orton's road to recovery following his spinal surgery has been arduous. The rehabilitation process has been extensive, involving rigorous physical therapy designed to restore his mobility and strength. WWE's medical team, as well as independent doctors, have been closely monitoring his progress, ensuring that he is following the proper protocols for recovery. Despite the severity of his injury, Orton has remained optimistic about his future. He has been seen maintaining his physical fitness, working on his strength, and even returning to light training. His commitment to recovery speaks volumes about his determination to return to the ring. However, WWE has made it clear that they will not clear him for in-ring action until he passes all medical evaluations. Spinal injuries are notoriously delicate, and WWE's strict medical clearance process ensures that no superstar is allowed to compete unless they are fully fit to do so. Orton's situation has drawn comparisons to other WWE superstars who have suffered significant spinal injuries and managed to return to action. Wrestlers like Edge and Daniel Bryan have undergone similar surgeries and have defied the odds by returning to the ring. Their successful comebacks serve as a beacon of hope for Orton and his fans, proving that with the right treatment and rehabilitation, a return to WWE competition is possible. The rumors and speculation surrounding Orton's health. Throughout Orton's career, there has been no shortage of rumors and speculation regarding his health. As his injuries mounted, many began to wonder if he would ever return to his former glory. In 2023, reports emerged that WWE officials had advised Orton against returning to the ring, citing concerns about the severity of his spinal injury. However, those close to Orton have dismissed these claims, asserting that he continues to rehabilitate with the intention of returning to action. His father, the legendary Bob Orton Jr., has been vocal about Orton's recovery, providing updates on his son's progress. Despite the challenges, Bob has stated that Randy has not given up on his dream of returning to WWE. Another persistent rumor circulating during this period is that Orton is secretly dealing with nerve damage that could lead to paralysis if he continues to wrestle. While cervical cord neuropraxia involves nerve complications, no credible medical sources have confirmed that Orton is at risk of permanent paralysis. WWE's stringent medical clearance process ensures that only those deemed physically fit are allowed to perform in the ring, and there is no indication that Orton's health is at such a critical juncture. The future. What lies ahead for Randy Orton? As of the most recent updates, Orton's recovery has been progressing steadily. Although it is still unclear when or if he will return to WWE, there is a sense of cautious optimism surrounding his future. Orton's ability to return would depend on his continued progress in rehabilitation and the results of his medical evaluations. Should he make a comeback, it is likely that WWE will take steps to protect him from further injury. This could involve adjusting his wrestling schedule, reducing the number of high-impact matches he participates in, and perhaps even modifying his wrestling style to minimize strain on his back. Whatever the future holds, it is clear that Orton's resilience and dedication to his craft will play a central role in any potential return. Conclusion: the Viper's legacy. Randy Orton's legacy is defined not just by his championships, accolades, and in-ring accomplishments, but by his indomitable spirit. Throughout his career, he has battled through injuries, setbacks, and challenges that would have ended the careers of lesser athletes. Yet, through it all, Orton has remained a force to be reckoned with in the world of professional wrestling. Whether or not Randy Orton steps back into the ring remains uncertain. What is certain, however, is that his legacy as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time is secure. Orton's journey is a testament to the power of resilience, determination, and an unyielding passion for the sport of professional wrestling. Injury or not, Randy Orton will forever be remembered as one of WWE's greatest superstars, a true legend of the industry.